Now we know that the 25th of December is the false date of Jesus' birth. Going back 9 months, we will arrive on the 25th of March. That is the day when it's called Annunciation Day. That's the day when Gabriel announced Jesus' birth to Mary, which is also called Lady Day, i.e. on this same day it was Jesus' conception day and Jesus' crucifixion. And if you look on the traditions, you find that it's the day when Adam was created, the day when Adam sinned, ate from the tree, the day when Lucifer fell from heaven, the day when Abraham almost sacrificed his son, the day when the Red Sea parted for the children of Israel to free them from Egypt. Why all these happenings on the same day? Because this used to be the original New Year's Day, which is because it's an anniversary of the creation of man. Actually, it's even the day of creation, not only creation of man. And on the 25th of March, that's when the spring equinox used to take place in the Julian calendar. Today, in the new calendar, is on around the 21st of March. That's why I say that 21 is like the new 25. That's why we throw 21 pebbles at the obelisks during Hajj. And the obelisk is a symbol for the sun. And this is all based on sun worship. Spring equinox is when the spring starts, when the sun is on the equinox, when the sun starts to rise. Okay? So we know from the Quran we have the similarity of Jesus and Adam. So you can see here why Jesus and Adam on the same day, these crucial occurrences, these are like fundamental: creation, the sin, conception, crucifixion. There is no way all these occurrences happened on that day. So we need to suspect that someone who is writing or putting the date of these traditions, they're actually worshipping the sunlight. And we can see here that's the same day when Lucifer fell from heaven. And it's interesting that March is the third month now, and that's three, so that's for Trinity. So it's like fall of Trinity. And also, if we notice, year 325 AD is when the Council of Nicaea fabricated the doctrine of Trinity. So March 25. I don't know if this is intentional that they did it on that date, but you can see here, this is very interesting. Because on this day, on spring, the spring equinox, you have many pagan cultures that worship the mother goddess. This is the start of spring. And this is in many cultures. This is recorded in many cultures because it's worship of the sun cycles. And we know that Jesus has been tied or connected to the, has become a sun deity in the Christian church. You can go to any major, or you just go to any big church building and you will find sun symbolism. In any church you can find. I just went to a church here to my town, and I was amazed how much sun symbolism there is in the church. And we also have Abraham almost sacrificing his son. They say it's Isaac, but we know it's Ismail, because Ismail is the eldest one. And parting of the Red Sea. Well, obviously not all of these can take place on the same day. So when the Jews today are celebrating the parting of the Red Sea on this date, this is incorrect. And to prove that, we can read from Ezekiel 8:16. It says, if you actually, the best one to open for this one here is Young's literal translation for Ezekiel 8:16. Young, that's Y-O-U-N-G, Young's, and then literal translation. I'm going to read the verse for Ezekiel 8:16. It reads, "And he brings me in unto the inner court of the house of Jehovah, and Io." Remember this, I-O. Jehovah and Io. "And he brings me into the inner court of the house of Jehovah and Io, at the opening of the temple of Jehovah, between the porch and the altar, about 25 men, their backs toward the temple of Jehovah, and their faces eastward, and they are bowing themselves eastward toward the sun." So this verse is clearly saying that this person was taken inside the temple of Jehovah, which is God, and then it says Jehovah and Io. Io is a mother goddess which was celebrated during the spring equinox. You can look it up. I-O. Yeah? Her equivalent would be Isis in the Egyptian myth. And it says about 25 men were turning their backs towards God's temple, and instead they're facing eastwards towards the sun. Why does it say about 25? Why doesn't it say 25? Because it's not talking about men. It's talking about a date. Because this date used to be about the 25th of March, around the 25th of March, because it's not always the 25th of March. Okay? And they're facing eastwards, so they're turning their backs towards God's temple and away, facing eastwards towards the sun. Is this a book that is dedicated to God? I mean, is this verse dedicated to God? Obviously, it's an injection into the Bible to commemorate the spring equinox, the goddess Io, that is worshipped during the spring equinox, and facing the sun during the sunrise eastward. And if you remember, we said that these people worship the Son of the Light at sunrise and sunset.